I thank you for your presence and for your willingness to look into your heart, to sit in your heart. Sometimes that is not an easy thing. Thank you. Understanding where to go next in life is one of human beings' constant thoughts, worries, concerns. And although it is important to stay present, it's also important to address these concerns that you all have every day. Am I doing the right thing? Am I with the right people? Am I at the right job? Should I be doing anything differently? What's next for me? Each and every one of you knows that in this life there is a vast array of things that you can involve yourself with. Sometimes it feels overwhelming, there is so much. And oftentimes you wonder, should I be over there or am I good right here? Should I be doing that or should I keep doing this? There is a constant questioning of self and your existence. Are you here doing your Dharma? Are you here performing your highest good? The question that I am most asked, both in this body and in people's prayers, is what should I be doing? And so taking the next step is something that is always on most people's minds. And this is why you all have such difficulty staying present, living in the present moment, worrying about the next step, and not only for yourselves, but for your family and for your friends, your co-workers. You often worry about what they should be doing because they are worrying about what they should be doing. And there is a collective worry that no matter how many times I tell you, you are doing the exact right thing because you are. You simply exist. You are a child of God. You don't have to do anything to prove that to anyone except seemingly yourselves. No matter how many times you hear it, it's very difficult for you to feel secure or to trust that. Part of your journey in your spirituality is trusting that a little bit more each day, that you are already in your perfection. What you do with your life doesn't make you more or less perfect. It's just all part of your perfection. And that's difficult to grasp because you all have comparisons. You make judgments about people's abilities, their looks, where they live, how they live. You make, there is an order of importance in your society. And based on that, you often feel as though you are not doing everything that you can or you should. what I offer to you is the consciousness to come to peace with being you. That's all. Enlightenment sounds very glamorous sometimes, but when you're actually trying to enlighten yourself, the process can be anything but. Sometimes you feel as though you are treading through molasses, trying to make your changes, trying to find your way. It is one thing to want to change when you feel that what you were doing was good for a long time and it was fine, but all of a sudden it feels as though it's drawing to an end and there seems to be a change that feels likely and normal taking place. You're going on to the next thing. That is very different than what I'm talking about when you keep thinking about, am I doing the right thing? Am I doing the right thing for myself, for my children? These are all questions that oftentimes you worry so much about. They actually keep you from being all that you are, giving all that you can give, receiving all that you are capable of receiving. That is often the irony of being a human being. The very things that you worry about and think and try to really get on board with are the very things that keep you from what you feel you want. So this evening I want to try to break this process down into a much more simplistic way of looking at it. Oftentimes what happens for you when you worry is that you get on a hamster wheel in your mind and you take the same thing and you go round and round and round with it. And it could be anything, but the energy of that keeps you trapped. It does not allow for curiosity. It basically gets you into the mode of obsession. And obsession can be something very simple, like you can't get what you should have said in a conversation out of your head. I should have said this, when he said that, I should have said this. And sometimes you can think about this for hours or days, sometimes weeks, if it's a really good conversation. So, what I'd like for you to be open to this evening is that, like most things, this process can be broken down into a series of actions, thoughts, beliefs, a different way of looking at it. The meditation that I asked you to do this evening was the third step in that direction. Meditation is without equal when you are seeking self. And most people get on this path because they think they are seeking spirit and God, and what they end up facing is themselves. And that can be both wonderful and very, very painful. When you seek God, ultimately you have to find God within, because that is where God resides. God is without, yes, and you will have experiences of that. You can touch that, but you cannot